Good morning, everybody. It's Bob Smith from Smith Taekwondo and Pro Sport Kickboxing, Hawaii's largest center for martial arts. And I'm talking again, another video about childhood bullying and child suicide. Little boy named Kevin Reese in Houston, Texas, 10 years old, took his life because he was being bullied. We just had another video here locally on social media that popped up of a little girl who was being bullied at school. And the mom, again, it's the mom making a video pleading for sympathy and pleading for the bully to stop. The intentions are good, but the bully is not going to stop because you're showing your child on social media crying. That empowers the bully. This 10-year-old, Kevin Reese, had been getting picked on for months and months at school. He had told his mom about it before, and the mom said she thought he was handling it. If she wasn't getting involved, how is a 10-year-old supposed to handle it if he's getting beaten by other kids in his class? Not one, but other kids. She said that Kevin was a goofy kid. He loved to draw and he loved to paint. Okay, the kid had an artistic side that he hadn't found yet, but he knew that he was good at something. And he didn't have any other recourse because he didn't know how to deal with this problem by himself. There was one instance where the kids had beaten him up, and he had come home while his stepdad was on his way home, his mom was at work, and the little boy had taken his life. The school says that they can find no evidence of bullying. What a surprise. Every school is going to say that. Schools are terrified of liability. They're terrified of a lawsuit of something like this. They're going to have deniability for everything. And not only that, but it's not that it isn't the school's responsibility, because when you're putting your child in their hands, it is their responsibility. But you as a parent have to understand, if you've got 300 kids on a campus and 20 teachers, they can't control everything. They just can't. And you can't blame them for that. The majority of the time. There are times where the school absolutely should be held liable, but you can't blame the school every time some child has a bad experience. When I was growing up, as a little kid I was bullied. I just told this story to a bunch of my students, and my brother stood in the road and made me fight 3 of the guys who were bullying me. I was terrified, and he made me fight them one at a time. And he stood there, and I'm like, well, you're my big brother, aren't you going to help me? And he's like, nope, I'm just going to stand here and make sure they don't cheat, and you're going to fight each one of them one at a time. Those 3 brothers never bothered me again. They became friends of mine after that. But the bully is not going to stop because they see some sympathetic video on social media pleading for someone to stop. As a matter of fact, and I'm not ripping on the parent who posted this video, but in the same video she also made comments about wanting donations for money because she couldn't afford braces for her child. That's the wrong video. You don't throw one out and then you throw, hey, so can you help me out with a handout now? In my opinion. But this little boy, Kevin Reese, isn't the first story. It's not going to be the last. Parents want a quick fix. They want a law. Moms especially. Dads are busy working. Moms are busy working. Dads, I believe, still want to handle this the old-fashioned way. They want the boy to toughen up a little bit, to be able to take it and just let it roll off his back. Moms don't want the boys to experience anything negative. But I can tell you that if your child is having problems at school, you need to pay attention. If they're having behavioral problems, if they're acting out, if they're withdrawing, you need to pay attention as a parent. And the biggest mistake that the parents are making is, oh, Bob, that'll never happen to my child. You don't know. You don't know. Believe me, I was one of those parents. I was one of those parents that said, you don't know. And I can't imagine what it would be like. And I can't imagine what it would be like to get that news. But parents, please don't be the ones to say that'll never happen to my child. You want to know the truth? What's going to stop a bully is your child standing there and making that bully stop. Making them. It's not going to be easy. Your child's going to be scared, and you might stand there and back them up the way my brother did. But you can't fight that battle for them. You cannot fight the battle for them. And that's what too many parents are trying to do. Fathers too. I've seen some dads in martial arts that they want to get on the floor and beat up an 8-year-old because the 8-year-old scored on their son or daughter. And fathers becoming so enraged. Oh, they're being out of control. You can't fight those battles for your children. One of the best gifts you can give your child is confidence. And that's a marketing adage for martial arts schools, but it's true. One of the best gifts you can give your child is to know that they will never be bullied. A bully is going to look at them every time they see one of these videos and make fun of them more. A bully is going to look at them every time somebody else steps up for them, and they're going to say, okay, you wait till that person's not around. That's what a bully is going to do. The bully might be bigger and stronger than your child, and they might still end up cracking them, giving them a black eye or a busted nose. But your child has to understand that they have the power to stand up. They don't have to lay there and be a victim. I see beta males, men, all the time now, just playing the victim. You need to put your big boy pants on and understand that if you want somebody to stop, you make them stop. You stick your feet in the mud and you say, here I am. And you do what you need to do. Today's an age of social media where I don't see how we aren't getting more of this on video, but a little kid, moms and dads, if you want to make a difference, here's what parents did when I was growing up. They put their child in martial arts. They didn't worry about the lawsuit, the liability. They put them in martial arts. Dads took their sons out in the backyard and threw some boxing gloves on them. Taught them how to punch. They taught them that if you're going to get over this problem, you're going to do it by your own merit and your own hard labor. That's it. Parents, how would you feel if you came home because you're the one who always says, I'm not going to make my kid go to martial arts today. I'll let them skip for 2 weeks. They don't have to go to class. And you have no idea that this is happening to your child right under your nose. They're being bullied every day at school right under your nose. And your child doesn't feel like they're growing in martial arts. They're not getting any benefit because they're never coming to class consistently. Other kids are passing them up in rank and belt and doing more advanced techniques, and they're doing the same basic stuff again. Any loss of life when it's a child due to a bullying, words can't express how terrible this is. And I've spoken to parents. I've had mothers who have watched their little boys being bullied. And I asked them, what did you want? And I've had more than one mother tell me, at that moment, I just wanted my son to fight back. I just wanted my son to fight back. I wanted him to protect himself. Think about those two words, protect himself. Not trying to kill anybody, not trying to hurt the bully, trying to protect himself. And if that means giving somebody a slap to get their attention, to make them realize anytime they put their hands on you, they're going to get a slap. And you might beat them up, but every time, you're still going to defend yourself. You're going to protect yourself. If that's what it takes, that's all it takes to prevent problems like this. The schools are never going to fix it. They can't. But you can fix it. You can make a difference. You can do what I did with my kids. My daughter got in trouble one day at going to a private school. And the principal, my daughter is shy, shy, shy. But a boy kept picking on her, and she hit him and knocked him down. And I didn't know about this story until recently, so I was kind of proud of it. I'm disappointed that my wife and my daughter felt compelled to hide it from me, because being that I teach martial arts, that makes me kind of proud of my daughter. I didn't think she had it in her. But she went to the principal's office. Principal asked what happened. The boy hit her. She hit him back. She hit him hard enough to knock him down. The boy's parents complained to the school, and that boy never bothered her again. Imagine being a little boy who's a bully, and you have to go home and tell mommy and daddy that you just got beat up by a girl that you had been picking on. That's how you fix the problem, parents. And as far as I can tell, it's the only way you're going to fix the problem. Give your children the confidence to understand that they won't have to be bullied. This is Bob Smith. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family.